We came to Kabardinka. It's another village in Krasnodar district. So we came to an old park and we're going to take a look at it. It was created by one person about 30 years ago. He used to be a journalist, and then he switched to another profession. He became an artist, a sculptor. Everything he made himself. Of course, he had some helpers, some workers, but still it was his main job. It's Aqueduct, a real aqueduct. And the sculptor, the author of this thing, uses it as his own swimming pool. He steps down the ladder and swims here, but all the rest people are not allowed. There are not only peculiar buildings, peculiar sites, but also peculiar plants like this with green and yellow leaves. Ivy. Those are roses, as far as I can see. And this place is also peculiar, so it's not like a window, so the tree grew up here and the sculptor didn't want to cut it down, and he made such a peculiar window, but all people who didn't want to pay for the ticket, and it's 600 rubles, they used it as a special way in, free of charge, and then those metal discs appeared. The whole park represents several epochs in the history of mankind and several different religions. So this is connected to Indian culture as far as I can tell. Maybe I'm wrong, correct me if it's so. Unfortunately, we cannot enter, but we can take a look. I think you've heard of Indian Kama Sutra, so I think it's connected to it. I guess Shiva and Kali, his wife, are represented here, but I'm not a great specialist in Indian culture. I've been to India once, and I can see that I know all their gods. And this mosque, the imitation of mosque, of course, it's not a religious object, not a religious building. You cannot pray here. This is a representation of Muslim culture. A fountain with a deep blue water, crystal clear. And what is peculiar that, do you see a house over there? It's a motel, but it's so people don't pay for the tickets, tourists, and they can see all this beauty free of charge every single day. And this is a Japanese corner of the park. Here you can buy some Japanese toys to tributes. Really, I'm not aware of them. Let's go to the pond. Carps are swimming here, but the water is dirty and there are so many coins here, and this metal is not good for the fish, but people don't care about health of others. They just want to make wishes and to throw their coins into the water. Japanese atmosphere is even on the tree. Hieroglyphs. I don't know what they mean. And here you can see the Japanese guard, which you can pour some water onto his head and he'll be happy, and you're going to be happy. I don't actually remember whether this water is drinkable. So amusing fellow. And this is the house which was built for all newlyweds, but indeed newlyweds actually, as far as I understood, rarely or never rent it, and only once or twice, I don't know, some relatives of this sculptor, newlyweds, overslept here for a night. This is also not a church. It's a museum of Caucasian culture, as far as I remember, but I may be mistaken. I almost missed this hidden art masterpieces. Marvelous painting and the peacock sculpture. Oh, such a long tail. There's a buffet. It reminds me of St. Petersburg so much. As far as I understood, there is theater somewhere here. Wow, I've just come here and I've got no idea what this is, but this is so impressive. The Russian warrior, Russian bogatier, and his horse. And this is something amazing, something breathtaking, mind-boggling, or inspiring. I've just named all the adjectives I know. We think that maybe it's theater, but it's just some guesswork. So you can see fish over here. And these are the trees. I've just noticed some peculiar scenes over here. Take a look at the struggling women. There are devils over there. This is something about the scenes, mortal scenes, as far as I can see. There is a death. Peasants. Warriors. Take a look at the monster I found here. He's hiding. And that's the waterfall. Incidentally, this artist, Alexeyev, was a self-taught person. He didn't finish any schools, art schools, courses. That's only the work of his imagination. Let's take a look at the medieval tower. This is the representation of mortal things, that's for sure. All those great, lust, whatsoever. I think you know them way better than me. And look at the green water. There are turtles over there. I'll show you them a bit later. I wanted you to show turtles, and here they are. Take a look at them. They are alive, so no cheating. Take a look at angels. They are musicians. I climbed the tower, and here's what we can see. It has 21 steps according to the amount of the centuries. We live in the 21st century. This is a time capsule, time machine. It tells time regarding this, the position of the sun in the year. And some evil guys, evil spirits are on guard. Do you recognize this handsome fella? It's Zeus. It's not dirty, it's just the piece of stone with such peculiar dark spots on it. People pay small coins to Zeus. This is Egyptian theme. It's the pyramid. Oh. If you've been to Egypt, or if you know something about Egyptian history, I guess you'll recognize all that. This is the symbol of frog. Cute little froggies. Hey little ones. Hey dude, mind if I kiss you? I want to become a princess. Aww, they're hiding from me. And this one with umbrella. You're the most adorable, you know. And this is sculptor Alexeyev's house, the place where he lives. We cannot enter it. And he's afraid of people, of visitors. He rarely shows himself. He used to chat with guides, but nowadays he lives his solitude. He found his peace and don't want to be disturbed. I like people who have the common vision and who can notice several details and to implement them in their art pieces. And this is like a dwarf for small people. It's like Alice in Wonderland or something you would like to imagine. I like the park very much, and I like people with such vivid imagination. I like such enthusiasts who go for their dreams, who implement their true desires and don't go with the stream. It's the kind of person I would like to be, at least one day, when I have a bit more subscribers than 8. Or you can make a wish. You come close, put both hands, one here and one here, and say your wish through the window. Then you go here, put your 2 other hands here on the special places, and repeat your wish here. Maybe you'll even hear it like in a magical way. And this is something Gothic. It's at the entrance to the museum. And this is the Egyptian theme again. And here you can see once again the mountains.
Чтобы защитить от молнии. Верба защищала от напасти скот, поля от града. Также верба служила символом семейного счастья. В народе бытует праздник – вербное воскресенье. Жители этих мест приходят...
So lotuses are in blossom. Look at these beauties. Нельзя трогать. They have to stay here. You can only watch them closely, smell, but that's all. And you can take the leaves. Each leaf drinks 15 liters of water per day. Yeah, I like it here actually. If you like flowers, you definitely have to come here. We came to Azov Sea. It's a bit different from the Black Sea. It's all clean. The sand is so clean. Even there's so many seashells. I will show you a bit later. But there are also lots of jellyfish, and they are huge, and I'm afraid of them. So actually, that's why I even didn't dare to swim. I could stand only for a while, but then I noticed 3 huge jellyfishes and I ran away yelling. So the entrance to this beach is 500 rubles. It's about, well, I don't know, it's hard to convert in my own head, so you'd better do it on your own. It's not very expensive. The beach is almost empty. There are a few people here. The water is freezing. So, about the sand and the seashells, you can see it on your own. These sun parasols also go for free, so you don't have to pay for them any extra money. This This one is live. Can you see it? So huge. This one is swimming away. Over there I'm cleaning this jellyfish bodies. We are taking them away. Okay, now we're having our dinner. It cost me 400 rubles. There is a woman walking covered in mud. She's going to wash it off in the sea. She's looking like a zombie. Oh, and accidentally we've seen a snake. I wanted to shoot a video for you with it, but actually I didn't dare. I ran away. I was so scared. It was the first time I saw a snake in real life, not in the zoo or somewhere. I'm 30 years old, and it was my first meeting with such a creature. The city Gelendzhik is translated like a pretty bride, and here you can see a sculpture of such a bride, and people like taking photos here. Wedding photo shoots, photo sets also take place here. Gelendzhik is really a luxurious resort, and there are so many expensive yachts. But you see, it's really pricey. You can rent a room for 2,000 rubles per day, or even higher, 3,000 rubles, 4,000 rubles, and sometimes you won't have water in your room because there are problems, some troubles, or electricity cuts are also often here.
Полуторачасовая прогулка. Желающих приглашаем на посадку. Отправление в 11 часов. Билеты в КАТ на причале «Морские прогулки».
And also, a year ago, there was some bad occasion, some accident when there were oil spilled over the sea, and so people couldn't swim for almost all summer. Then they cleaned the embankment in the seashore, and now it's fine, they say, but frankly I don't trust them. I won't swim here. And now you can see how many people are taking rest at the seashore of Gelendzhik. I guess you won't find a free spot here. So if you have a tent or umbrella, it's almost impossible to install it here, to assemble it. Now you can see how many yachts and boats are here. As far as I know, they are all private. You can either rent the whole boat or buy a ticket for a sea voyage. Now you can see one boat taking off, or no, vice versa. You see, it's so fancy, it's so pretty. Unfortunately, I don't have time for sea voyages today. I will try it next time. Here you can see such fancy restaurants, two-story house. hipster vibes. You can see the thing is that the real seashore in Gelendzhik is covered with pebble, and the sand, which you can see, has been bought somewhere abroad and brought here. But when there is storm in Gelendzhik, the sand is being washed away, and then with the special gear, special machines, it is returned back to its place. So that the sandy beaches in Gelendzhik are a lie. And you see this beach is I think you should pay for the entrance because there are not so many people here, and it seems strange. Who are clever guys? You are. Remember, you've watched my video regarding classic literature, Russian classic books. So this is Yuri Lermontov, who died being very young. Oh, Michael Lermontov, I'm sorry. It's so hot today. Take a look at this young man, handsome guy.